G'day and welcome to Hef's Beer Reviews. About 6 weeks ago now, I received some beer mail from eminent Australian YouTube beer reviewer Swillengrog. If you haven't seen his channel, although if you're watching this you probably have, I will pop a link in below. The contents of this beer mail that Swillengrog very generously sent me, from memory it was 11 mostly international beers, ones that more than likely I wouldn't be able to source myself. And one of them is this one of, if not the biggest selling beer in the world, Bud Light. It comes in this 355ml can. We're looking at an ABV of 4.2%. Crack her open, pour into the glass. Very effervescent. Not sure if you can hear it coming through on the camera there, but certainly audible here. As you would expect, it's a very clear straw colour, light straw colour, with under a finger of bright white head aroma. As you'd expect from a mass-produced adjunct lager, it's not particularly aromatic, but you know, there's some light aromas of malt, no real hop presence, and that's about it. So let's give it a taste. Cheers. Alrighty, light in body. The taste profile, look, minimal bitterness, as you'd expect. It's very refreshing. It's very easy to drink. It is distinctly different to Australian macro lagers. Of course, Australian macro lagers, their defining feature, of course, is the pride of Ringwood hops that if you're Australian, you'd be very familiar with. It's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be. The Budweiser beers famously use rice as their adjunct, as opposed to corn or cane sugar. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And look, of course, you're always going to find detractors with beers like these, but it's immensely popular for a reason. Very sessionable, very refreshing, super easy to drink. I can't comment on the price point here in Australia, but if you are in the States, then you're probably going to be able to pick it up pretty cheaply. And of course, it's widely available, and these big breweries are able to produce these beers with amazing consistency. So it's going to taste the same wherever you get it. The flavour itself, it's quite light, as you'd expect, but it's by no means offensive. There's nothing wrong with it. Personally, I don't think it's, you know, watery or anything like that. But of course, if you are, you know, a hardcore craft beer drinker, if you generally drink beers that are heavily hopped, then a beer like this is probably not going to be something that you would choose. But if you're a macro lager drinker, then I really don't especially if you're here in Australia. I can't see how you'd not like a beer like this. And to be honest, I'd probably choose it over over some similar beers that are brewed here in Australia. So for what it is, for a mass-produced lager, not light in terms of ABV, but light in terms of calories, I give it a 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5 for Bud Light. Thanks to Swilling Grog, of course, for sending me this beer. And thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time on Hef's Beer Reviews.